Well, hi, students, and welcome to week 3. All right, very good. So we're at the end of January. I don't know where time is going. I can never keep up with that. But anyway, we're at the end of January. We are starting week 3. This week is very, very similar to last week in that you have a discussion and an assignment. And I am going to introduce your final project, which will be due on February 15th. So let's go in and see what's going on. Okay. So, all right. So, excuse me. So now we're going to look at critical connections between quality, organizational effectiveness, and professional advancement in today's competitive global economy. What does that mean in English? Okay, so there are connections between quality and organizational effectiveness right there. Okay, you cannot give out a quality product or service if your organization is not running effectively. If you're in a situation where people are showing up late, you're not getting your product on time, vendors are not supplying things, you have a dysfunctional organization, your quality product or service is going to suffer because your organization isn't working right. Okay, so professional advancement. If you have a quality product and a well-run organization, then not only are you able to promote when we're talking about advancement, what kind of advancement? Promote from within your organization, but promote your organization and have it grow. Okay, so for instance, what's that place called? Oh yeah, Microsoft and Amazon, all those big companies. Didn't they all start in somebody's garage? And now look at them. Okay, because they had a quality run organization, they were able to advance, and therefore the people within it advance. So that's what we're talking about. Okay, so now we're in the 21st century. Everything is global. You can do business 24/7, 365, and sell things while you're asleep because everything's online. In the olden days, we had to write a letter saying, hey, I've heard you're selling a couch. I'm interested in the couch. Could you let me know what the color and dimensions? Could you possibly send a picture? And then the person would write back, and the Pony Express would have to take it. This was very time consuming. You can do things on your phone. You can do things on the internet. I buy from eBay. You can see a picture of what it is you're getting. You can bid on it. You don't have to leave the comfort of your chair. Well, it's not a very comfortable chair, but you don't have to get up and do anything. This is a global situation now. And so what you're selling, the product or service, has to be of the highest quality, and that right now there will be bad reviews if you give bad service or have a bad product. So one of the things we're looking at is this situation right here, Plan, Do, Study, Act. So this is the graphic for that, okay? So it's time to incorporate Deming. So this is the Shewhart cycle. Deming did it, okay? Plan, Do, Study, Act, PDSA. You're going to get used to saying that because you'll use it in this class and the next one. It's really a critical part of how to get quality into your product and service, okay? These steps must be done in order. You can't do anything without planning for it, and you can't study or check something until it's done. So you have to look at this situation right here in order to, and in this order right here, start with Plan, Do, Study, Act. Okay, so this is where you found this video. Here are some readings about this. How to make your organization effective. What are Deming's 14 points for management? And so how can you really do this? How do you develop an organization? And some information on that. Here are some videos. Again, I don't have the times on these. Just get the gist of what they're saying. I don't want you to sit there, passed out from watching these videos. They are not terribly long, but get the gist of what's going on. Really get an idea of what's going on in these videos. Okay, so there's a video about Deming's seven deadly diseases. We talked about it last week. So in your discussion, describe how Deming's seven deadly diseases could negatively affect the critical connections between quality and organizational effectiveness. So the diseases are explained in the video below. Why is this important? Why should you keep this in mind? You may need to do some more of your own research. And again, don't just answer every single question. Take those questions like you're being interviewed and answer holistically in a well thought out paragraph or two and reply to at least 2 others. Again, just click here to post, and then click to launch and reply to at least 2 others. Your assignment: submit a paper that is at least 1 page long that describes the critical connections between quality, having quality, and improving quality, organizational effectiveness, and professional advancement. Professional advancement was not defined by the previous instructor who taught these classes, so you may interpret it as organizational advancement or personal advancement by the employees, or any other interpretation, but analyze it thoroughly. So again, a Word document, double-spaced, 1-inch margins, 12-point font, and then you can submit multiple times. I don't know if I had told you that before, but I'm giving you 3 attempts because, I submitted the wrong document, and then I just graded the last one that was submitted. Okay, now your final project. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so this is the information only, so I want you to have time. You have 3 full weeks to do this, and it's not horrible, trust me. At least I don't think it is. But what you're going to do is analyze a situation. Okay, so review the concepts in Module 2 about Deming's fundamental principles of quality management. All right, look at your work, home, or community. Identify a process or system that is currently in place, or one that you'd like to see implemented. Then describe which principles have been or should have been applied to the process that is already in place, or that will be used on the process you want to implement. So this is a detailed analysis. So if you look around and you say, hey, my city isn't doing this, I think we would benefit from having this. Okay, maybe it takes a letter to the mayor's office, whatever. But what you want to do is look at the headings, look at these principles, and which principles would apply. So your analysis should be a detailed analysis, and it should have headings such as this. I would like to see at least these 4. An introduction. What is your thing? Why does it work, or why doesn't it, and why you chose it? So you should have an introduction. The thing I'd like to talk about is this. I think the city would benefit from this. I think there's a process at my house that needs to be done. A process at work. Whether you implement it at work or not, at least you're analyzing the situation. Okay, then which points from this list apply to this? And then analyze each point with the pros and cons of why it does or doesn't work and how to fix it. Use the Plan, Do, Study, Act tool and apply any quality tools with complete analysis. And then a conclusion. Wrap up your analysis with a complete conclusion of your findings. Will this work or will this not? Are you going to try to implement it? Will you write to the mayor's office? Will you bring it to your supervisor or bring it up at a staff meeting? Will you bring it to your family at home and see what do you think the benefit will be? What do you think some pros and cons will be? What do you think some resistance might be? Do you think you need to change anything? So you're looking to analyze a situation. So I cannot tell you how many pages this should be because it should be thorough. So if you use every one of these principles, there should be an analysis for every single principle. So I should not see a half a page of a paper. Okay? Charts work, text works, pictures work, whatever it takes to get your paper done. So start giving this some thought. Reread this article right here. Study this plan. Where did it go? Right here. Plan, Do, Study, Act in depth. There's some information here about versions of it. Watch the videos and start looking around and start thinking, okay? And then you have 3 full weeks to do this, okay? If you have any questions, of course, contact me through messages and let me know. I will not grade drafts, but I'm willing to chat with you about, what about this idea? And here's my thought process on it. If you need help with that, but I'm not going to grade drafts or anything like that. So your paper should be as long as it needs to be. And, since I make such a big deal about talking during videos, it really can't be too long. Okay. It can be too short. It cannot be too long. So give this some thought. Look at something that you want to do, and then let me know if you have any questions. I hope you're enjoying the class. I hope you have a fabulous week. This is the midpoint. We are halfway done with this week. We are in the middle of the class. We finished 2, and there are 2 ahead. So I wanted to give you plenty of time to start thinking about this and working on it, but it is not due until Saturday, February 15th at 10 o'clock. So let me know if you have any questions, and have a fabulous week. Bye.